One thing that I wanted to caution everybody, and I see a lot of this going on, um, is people are doing a lot of like, it seems like a lot of posts are always like, hey, you want this laptop lifestyle, click on my link, right? And you're really saturating your people with the exact same message over and over again without giving them a value statement. So I really think that what you guys should start doing, and I've talked to this a few people, including Ashley St. Germain and some of the girls, and it also will help you with your confidence. But what you really should be doing is talking about what's going on in your life, maybe something that you just experienced. Hey, have you ever done that? You'll really connect with people rather than just putting something in their face. You know what I mean? So when you put it right in their face all the time, you know, hey, check out our workshop, check out our workshop, check out our workshop, check out our workshop, check out our workshop. They're just like, they become like, hi, I don't want to see this dude stuff. You know what I mean? Rather than be like, hey, you know, today I was driving and, you know, I noticed this person on the streets and I really I reflected on where I was at one point in my life or whatever. Something to relate as if you were going to talk to them. You want to talk to people as if you were like, you know,
talking to a friend.
As a friend. And when you relate to people like that, then they start to know you, like you, trust you. And then after they've built that relationship after a long time, then they might go, you know what, maybe this person actually has something really valuable to offer. Maybe I will check out this workshop. But if you're like, you know, I'm living the laptop lifestyle, I'm free, click, 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 click. They're like, oh God. Oh, wow.
Pictures of what you're doing with, like, even if you are still at work, like take pictures of like, take pictures or videos of things that you're doing throughout your day, like, or a book you've read, or a video that you watched that inspired you, or something to do with your kids, or how your life has changed. Like, even though you're still at your job, your life has still changed. Like, you're not the same person that you were when you first got here. So how have things changed? And like, by doing that, people are going to see the story. People relate to stories. They see themselves in your story. And once they do that, you become a real human being. And they're like, oh my goodness, you're just like me, right? Because like, you think about what you wanted when you first came here. What made you join? Somebody made you feel like a human, or somebody made you feel like a connection. And that's what brought you here.
Caressa, that's your internet connection. You're having connection problems, so it's probably your bandwidth. So you need to either reboot or refreeze. And if you're on your phone, that's the worst to be doing.
Sometimes it can, I don't know where it shows up on here, but sometimes there's a YouTube link that if it's not working on Webinar Jams, you can click over to, and it'll stream live on YouTube. And it sometimes works better over there.
Share parts of your day with your followers too. Yeah, absolutely. I just added you guys to accept. You got to go through a bunch of stuff, like, you know, check to make sure your voice works and the video works and everything. And then you'll enter the room and then you'll come in.
Yeah, maybe review a couple conversations and then we can review some people's ads or something. Yes, try to connect with people's pain points. That's how people connect, you know, like when you share common struggles, that's how, like, when you think about your friends or conversations that you have with friends and family, what do you guys normally talk about? How do you guys connect? You guys connect through experience.
Yeah, it's all about relating. Yeah, it's true. You have to learn through pain. So it's proven statistics between the ages of 18 and so in order for you to be able to, so basically by the time someone is 25 years old, it's a lot harder for people to change their patterns. It's proven. So between the ages of 18 and 25, which Tai Lopez focuses on, those people are easily adaptable and a lot more easy to nurture and get aboard. Ages 25 and older, it's a lot harder. And most of those people, for them to be able to learn or to be able to step up, it's usually they've had a peak emotional experience, something that's gone on in their life that's got them to a point where it's just so bad that the thought of being like that anymore is not an option.
Peak emotional experiences. Did you already say that? I feel like you said that, and that's where, yeah.
P. When people go P.
P.
Peak emotional experience.
That's what causes memories, and that's what causes change. We have a peak emotional experience.
All right, so we got 2 people coming on.
Okay, cool. So, Ashley, beautiful lady, you want to go first? You want to show us maybe some of your conversations that you're having with people first, and then we'll go into your ads?
Sure. I'm just, do you want me?
But hold on a sec. So give us ones that you're having issues with, not the ones that you're rock starring at.
Yeah, that's going to make everybody grow. So if you want to go over to your Facebook page and pull up some of your conversations and then share your screen.
Sure.
While she's doing that, while she's getting ready and getting all that up, who the heck is excited for our mastermind in January? We're starting the year off right this year, and we are going to take 2018 with a fucking bang.
Nice. Troy, Ashley, Brian, lots of power couples coming. You guys are coming too, Ashley and Jordan, right?
Ashley and Jordan, Troy, and Ann. Ashley and Brian. Trish is coming. Ashley's coming. It's going to be crazy, you guys. The $1 billion Facebook guy, Mark Lack, who's like personal branding, multimillionaire, and he's only 27 years old. Travis Fox, Ashley, Ange, and Abigail had a little pre-teaser with him, and they were all blown away. They were like, oh my God. He unlocked a couple things in their mind the other day.
I think, Allison, you need to turn your camera on and your microphone. It's on.
At the top of the screen, there's a bunch of little icons that are black right now. If you click on them, they should go blue. Just the webcam and the microphone, the first two.
I'm ready if you guys are ready.
Okay, cool. So to share your screen, do you know how to do that? You just click the third button. It looks like a little.
First off, just give us a second. So what are we reviewing here? If we're just reviewing conversations that she's struggling with, just speak them, and then you're gonna give me the hard ass shit, and I'm gonna be the one answering it and trying to overcome.
Okay, so you want to role play?
Yes, let's role play.
Okay.
But
okay.
You need to give me real life circumstances that you're dealing with.
Okay, so I try and get everybody on the phone. And I've tried to record lots of my phone calls, and I've sent Caitlin a couple that, didn't go very well. And Caitlin's given me some feedback on that I'm like verbal diarrhea on everybody, that I'm giving way too much information and I'm just confusing people.
Do you want to play? Do you want to play one? I have one here. Should we play it? Is that okay?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Hang on. So then Jeff, the master closer, can give us some feedback.
Yeah.
Because you're doing good. You're doing a good job of relating to them. And I meant to.
But let's hold off on doing the call yet, because the call means that she's doing a good job doing the transition. The one that I'm more concerned about, where everyone usually, a lot of people have a problem, is to go from having a conversation in Facebook and getting them on the phone. And that's the one that most people have a hard time. And I'll be able to show everybody exactly why that is and how you can overcome it.
Okay. I have a couple people in my messenger that I've been having a trouble with, like those really just short answers. Like I'm trying to pull stuff out of them so that I can relate to them and talk to them about something, and it's just really short answers. I had one today that I could pull up if you wanted.
So they put info I'm in or something on your ad?
Yeah, exactly right.
Okay. Info I'm in. And what's the first thing that you say to them?
First thing that I say is, hi, blah, blah, blah.
Hold on. Blah, 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 blah. I don't want to hear that. I want to hear exactly what you say to them.
Okay, I'm pulling it up.
You should know this all by heart. You know what you say to these people.
It was Angelina. So I said, hi, Angelina. How are you doing, my dear? Thank you so much for commenting on my video. What has you interested in starting your own business? Maybe I can help. That's what I say. If it's a guy, I don't say my dear. I just get right into the business because they're different. They don't like that. I've noticed.
Right.
And all she responded back to me was, I am. So, okay, yeah, you're interested. 2 words, I am. And so then my next response was, fantastic, darling. What's going on in your life that has you wanting a change? See, it sounds weird saying this out loud.
It's fine.
The next thing she sent me was, burnt from job. 3 words, burnt from job. Next thing I said was, what do you do for work? She said, CNA. 3 letters. I'm like, I don't even know where you live. Like, I target to Australia, Canada, and the States. Like, that means nothing to me.
Well, you can click on their view profile and see what they look like, where they're from, what they look like. You can stalk them a little bit.
Right. But one of the things that I try to do is I talk to people all over the world. Like, I try to create that picture that it's like, this is economy proof. Like, if the economy is bad in certain places in the States, like, I also market to Australia and things like that. So what I said, I try and create kind of that little, I don't know what, subconsciously. Maybe I don't know. But I said, I don't really want to guess in case I'm completely wrong. Is that a nursing assistant? Sometimes different roles are different in different countries. Where are you from? So that's what I said. And she said, no worries, it is. And Maine. So she's from Maine. And it was a nursing, so she's a nursing assistant. And then I tried to get into a little bit more, trying to just like pull a little bit more out of her. I said, Maine sounds like a beautiful place to live. I work in healthcare too. I understand what you're saying about being burnt out. I work 12-hour shifts, shift work. And then I got into what it is that I do is I teach people with no computer experience how to start their own online business. How do you feel about working online? Is what I said. And then she answered 3 words, I love that. It's like, oh my God, like, give me something.
She just did. She just gave you a whole lot. When she used the words, when she uses the word "I love that," that's an expression of herself. So you need to think in your head, you know, maybe this girl just hates fucking typing, right? When she puts the word "love" in there, you know, other people they'll be like, not sure. Maybe. Is this a scam? Those people are the worst. This girl just gave you like an opening. I love that. So what happened beyond that?
So then I said, I gave her 2 choices. So I said, okay, that's great. We have 2 options here. You can join our team and see everything that it is we do, try it out for 30 days. Or you can watch our free workshop that gets into some more technical components of what we do and what we teach.
Okay. And how have you found that working for people?
That's the first time I've used those specific words. I've done the 2 choices kind of thing before, and it actually hasn't gone that well in the past. I find that people respond better if you tell them what to do. So what I've been doing is I've been saying, send me your email, I'll get you registered. And then they either send me it or they don't.
Like choices, because choices confuse people. People need to be told what to do. They make choices all day long. They don't want to make choices. So people need to be told what to do. If you give them options, they get confused.
So whenever you go in, so first off, I feel like, so you're in the healthcare industry as well, right?
Right.
You need to relate that with her. You need that relation combo. Say, yeah, or relate to her. Say, yeah, you know, I'm in the healthcare industry as well. That's really cool that you're a CNA as well. And then you start having that rapport thing. Say, yeah, you know, I recently started my online business 7 months ago, and we were able to retire my husband or my fiance or boyfriend or whatever Jordan is. And that was our whole goal to set out with this. And, you know, I reached out similar to, you know, what you're on right now, reached out. And when I got it, the first thing that came to my mind is I was a little bit skeptical, right? Because I was like, what is this? But I was at a point in my life where I just knew that there had to be something different, and I just was willing to try it. So this is what I did. Is I showed up to this workshop. By the way, it's a no-cost web class. It's, I can give you the link, or maybe you can just give me your email. I'll join you. Would that be something you'd be interested in? Right? Ask them that, and they'll be like, well, yeah, it doesn't cost anything, which is really, really cool. The next thing is, you just said that you really love online. Well, it shows you the 3 pillars of building an online business and what success means with that: quality traffic, converting sales funnel, all the components of it, and give it to her and say, this stuff I didn't even know what it was. And what else is cool is less than 1% of the population is working online. And this is where it's at, right? And she might be like, well, I'm not really very good with computers or whatever. Say, yeah, that's what this is built for. We take average everyday people that have no aptitude, no technical experience, and we give them an opportunity to succeed, right? Stuff like that. And when you have that rapport relationship with them, so it's like rapport, but little nuggets of what you're doing. Rapport, lots of little nuggets, right, along the way, because you're feeding them to the where it's not an option, right? Where it's just like, the biggest thing, guys, the reason people don't talk to you or the reason people won't respond to you is because you're not giving them any value. People only do stuff for value. If you told them, hey, give me your email and I'll give you $5 or $10, they'll be like, here's my email. Hey, watch this workshop. At the end of it, you're going to get $50. They'll watch it. There's value there, right? So what happens is, if you're not creating enough value in the person, why the fuck would they want to do anything? They don't see it. So you have to give them the perceived value so that they take action on what it is. You guys get that? And, one of the cool things that a lot of you guys should be doing, and even myself, I need to be more cognizant of it, start using that voice function. Say, hey, social media now.
I was just going to say voice notes, yeah.
Yeah, social media nowadays and in the online is giving humanity not such a tight experience. So I just really want to introduce yourself. A, so you hear my voice and show that I'm just an average person. I'm a nurse or whatever. And B, I want to show you that I'm not some human in another country or some other place, having a conversation with you, and where people get these perceived perceptions that it may be a scam or something like that. I'm a real human being. I actually live in Saskatchewan, or I live in Texas, or whoever you are with it. And I would love to hear from you. I was in your same position 3 months ago. And then stop it, and then let them hear that, right? And then they're going to come back and be like, whoa, what the frick? This person actually talked to me, right? You see the difference there, right? It's all about a value.
Absolutely.
It's all in a value. You have to create value. Nobody does anything unless you give them value. Value, 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 value. Why do you think now we're going to be changing up? Even Caitlin now has been doing it. And Caitlin, just those ones with, like you did with Ashley, those are fucking awesome emails. And I've sent you a few. Maybe we could do up some this week, like some like cool ones about like value, like swipes. I seen one today. They created all the top swipes and stuff like that, and create like a little value series. We're only gonna have to do it for the next couple of weeks, but I really think that we should put an emphasis on creating a value. Like, come up with like maybe just a 5 series on stuff that you want to do that would really be like valuable to the people, And here's a big thing that I noticed with a lot of people. They're like, I don't know anything about online, so why don't we create like a series about, this is for the rookie. We just want to show you what, the very important pieces of building an online business, and the components of it, right? And then, watch for this 5-part series. This is series 1, and then go through it. And then this is series 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And if you have any questions, just reply to this email, right? Shit like that. That's like next level. That's not like next level shit. And that's what the top marketers are doing now. So that's all going to be like an integration as well with the new one, right? But yeah, it's very important that you have those conversations. And the worst thing that you can do is be like, hey, how you doing? What's got you wanting to build an online business? I'm going to tell you right now, most people aren't going to reply to it. Why? Because it's like walking into a fucking shoe store or into like an electronics store, and they're like, hey, how are you? You're like, oh, I'm just looking, right? What's the first thing that comes to mind? Fuck, this person's going to sell me some shit. right? Mark Lack even said that. He's like, that's the biggest thing. The first thing that someone is like, you're like, you really want to? And here's the thing. You're still going to get people that aren't going to reply to it. And you want to know what's really, really funny? And my fiance uses it, Ashley St. Germain. Ashley, actually, you know what? We should bring Ashley on here. She's going to be the first person. I'm inviting you in, Ashley. She's going to give you some of the kung fu shit I've been giving them to use, and they use it now. And my fiance uses it all the time. If they don't answer you, say, I swear to God, I'm not going to bite you. Literally, write that down or say it. They like 95% of the time will reply to you. I'm not even kidding you. Why? Because it's something different and funny. Right? Oh, I just stubbed my toe on the way talking to you. Oops. And they put like weird exclamation marks and stuff like that on it. They'll laugh. They'll be like, ha, what the heck? Right? Not be like, hi, how are you? Why do you want to build an online business? Well, because I fucking seen your ad and I said, I'm in. You told me to do that. I want to build an online business. Show me. But I want to do it from my comfort zone, as everyone's, this is what's going on, like automatically in there. They're like, right, is this really free? What are you going to do, right?
So Jeff, what do you suggest? Oh, sorry, that was really echoey. What do you suggest, like, if you say, comment, I'm in below, or comment info, and they do, and like, what do you suggest as a first, like, message hook when you're introducing yourself?
Well, you can go creep them, right? So go creep their profile. Take a look what they are. Maybe they got a fucking nice pink, beautiful shirt that they're wearing. Be like, oh my God, that is the coolest, nicest shirt I have ever seen. Hey, awesome. You got some really good style. What do you think? When you compliment them, they're going to be like, oh my God, she really likes me, right? You make it personal. Or if the guy's got a fucking truck or something like that. Oh, cool, man, a truck. Or if he's hunting, or if he's got something, creep their profile. Take a look what they have. Compliment them. Say, hey, it's really nice to actually talk to somebody who likes to shoot guns. My fiance really likes to shoot guns. Do you think he's not going to respond to that when you've seen him with a gun, shooting a gun? Of course he is. Now you're talking on his level, right? Use as much of the fucking shit that you have in front of you to your advantage. Talk to them like normal, like you would talk to them. You wouldn't walk up to your friend and be like, hi, how are you? Why do you want to build an online business? They're going to be like, the fuck are you talking about? Talk to them like you're their friend, right? So there's a tip right there. Compliment them. Check them out. Find out who they are. His name's Adam. Oh, my uncle's name's Adam. That's a really cool name. I always loved my uncle. Hey, really cool, right? And you're laughing, but it's true, right? Imagine if someone talked to you and walked up and you walked into the electronics store in the shoe store and they walked up and this girl was like, oh my God, look at where do you get your hair done? Where do you get that done? And you just be like, oh, actually, yeah, I got this really good hairdresser. She works at so-and-so place over there. Oh my God, that is so awesome. You're obviously in here to take a look at some shoes or whatever. We got these unbelievable shoes. They go so nice with your hair and they're so awesome. Why don't you come over here and take a look? And then next thing you know, you're like, okay. And I'm leading you. And next thing you know, you're like, oh, she just talked about my hair. Oh my God. She must really know what I like, right? And you're just doing this subconsciously. You don't even know what's fucking happening. Next thing you know, you're trying on all these shoes. And you'll be like, she'll look at you and she'll be like, oh my God, those look so good with your outfit right now. Girl, oh my God. Jordan, he's gonna have a hard time keeping his hands off you. Yours is gonna be like, I don't even know what the price is, but just fucking ring it in right now. You guys see that?
So Marina has a good question. So how would you get somebody who you've been talking to, how would you re-engage them after? Like, you're talking to them and then they go silent. How would you re-engage them?
Were you afraid that I was going to bite you again or what? I swear to God, I'm not going to do it. My husband likes to bite me sometimes, but I won't bite you, I promise. Some shit like that. They're going to be like, ha, 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 ha. Right? That biting one fucking works like a fucking, literally, it's like a gem. I'm telling you right now. Have you ever used it? Have you used it yet, Caitlin? Caitlin's too nice. She probably.
The maid just told me about it the other day when she was at my house.
She uses it like every single time. Ashley St. Germain, I've added you. I've tried to bring you in. Where are you, girl? She uses it all the time. She was having this problem. Ashley, I invited you as an attendee. Get your ass in here.
Jeff or Caitlin, do you guys follow Ray Higdon?
No.
No. Okay. The reason why I asked is Jordan sent me a really good video the other day because he follows him and I didn't, but I am now. And he had a really great video about follow up with leads. It was only about, I think it was 10 or 15-minute long video, and he was saying, just giving examples of like updating people, whether it's your first follow up, like they were talking to you and then they haven't answered you for a couple weeks or whatever, your first follow up, and then he follows up with people until he sees them in the obituary, or if they're rude to him, are the only two reasons why he stops following up. He tells this funny story about he followed up with this guy for 2 years from like 2013 or something, and then he finally joined his team. Anyway, it was really good. I'll put it in the Skype group to see if anybody gets value from it. Jordan's using it. I don't know how his response has been. I think he just followed up with everybody yesterday or the day before from like back in August or something. So I'll post it. I don't remember everything about it, but.
Yeah, I mean, if you really want to be like a stealth, like, so Ray Higdon, just by the sounds of it, I don't follow anything he does. I tried targeting his people one time, but one thing that you're gonna want to do if you really want to be like fucking like A game, remember, log something from the conversation in your notes, something that will draw his attention. Oh, hey, I'm gonna get back to you, but I'm just about to head down to Mexico, right? Boom, you got that thing in there. Hey, how was Mexico? I remember last time I was down in Mexico. Whoo, that one Saturday night, I woke up with the biggest friggin' headache. You have one of those when you were down in Mexico? They're gonna be like, oh man, I was sick as hell. I couldn't believe it. I was so hungover, drank so much tequila. Yeah, the tequila. You have to ask for like the really good tequila, not the Jose Cuervo stuff. I know, I made that mistake too. Yeah, totally. Bro, last time we talked, you said you were so fed up with all these hours and all that stuff. Guess what? I just retired my husband from working, and we've been doing this for 7 months. You got to get involved with this, man. We're taking average everyday people and turning them into online entrepreneurs with no background. Where are you at, man? And they're just going to be like, oh, well, I've been super busy. I'm going to, hey, listen, you know what? That's exactly what most people that aren't successful say. I'm too busy. I'm too this. I'm too that, right? Because I can tell you right now, you haven't showed up to the workshop. You haven't put any investment. You haven't done anything like that. But if I told you right now, if I gave you $500 to show it, it doesn't matter what fucking time of day it is, you'd make sure you'd show up there because you get instant gratification. And guys, I just used this actually on a girl. I did a coaching call with a guy and a girl, and I was on the coaching call, and the guy, his name's Patrick. I don't know if he's on here tonight, but it was funny. He could be. I was on the phone with him, and I did my coaching call with him, but the wife hadn't actually gone through any of this stuff, but he's Francophone, so he speaks French as his first language, and English is his second, so he has a thicker accent. And then the wife is an Anglophone, meaning English is her first language, but she speaks French. So it was like a translation thing, but she hadn't watched any of the stuff. So, he's read it, he's watched it all, he knows all that stuff. And then there's her here over here. And she's like, what's the success percentages of the people? I love that one, the risk. What's the success percentages of the people? 100% if they do the work, right? We know that answer. Just means that it may not happen fucking 48 hours from now. Anyways, the funniest thing goes on, I overcame everything, and she was excited and stuff like that. And I said, okay, well, why don't you watch it? And I asked him, do you have all the stuff now? Can you go through and watch it? And he's like, oh yeah, I do. I'm like, okay, perfect. Well, why don't you guys watch it together? It's about 4 hours by the time you watch the workshop and all the videos and all that kind of stuff. Because she hadn't even watched the workshop yet. And she's like, oh yeah, well, I'm leaving for France on Tuesday. I don't think I can get it. And I just looked and I was like, oh, you're one of those people, eh? She's like, oh, well, I have my 94-year-old grandmother to take care of, and I have this and this and this. and yeah, and I just don't have time. And I said, listen, I said, I know exactly what you're saying, and you're just one of those people. I said, I tell you right now, if I told you I'll give you $2,000 as soon as you finish that 4 hours, she starts laughing. Ha 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 ha. She's like, of course I would. I'm like, exactly. You understand where I'm going with this? And she's like, yep. She's like, I'll have it done. I'll book my call. And then sure enough, call got booked for Monday. You have to understand that these people are on like fucking autopilot. They just regurgitate bullshit out of their mouth. And it's to keep them exactly where they are. Procrastination is literally in the fibers of their body to not make a commitment because they don't want to make a mistake, because they know that they've made mistakes and their brain operates at that level. They don't even know they're doing it. But as soon as I put something instantly in front of them, they're like, oh, I'll do it. I mean, you'd have people, if you gave them money, they would take a day off work to go get the money. Time and money is never the problem. It's never. It's an excuse. It's an excuse to keep them exactly where they are. Because even if you're a person on the street and you have no money, if you took some action and went out there and started doing little bits, like that little extra over what your current circumstances, and keep going and keep going and keep going and keep going, eventually you're going to get to where you want to be. But they're so stuck. They're like, oh, I just keep, I'm going to watch Netflix, right? We know that. You guys get that? Anyways, a lot of the stuff that you guys are running through right now, Ashley was having the exact same issues. And I've been giving her a little bit of tidbits of information, and I told them about the bite. I promise I don't bite. Mind you, if you're a female, some of them, the guys might respond and be like, actually, I kind of like to be bit. Kamei told me that. It was pretty funny. I was just laughing. But it works, and what I was telling you guys about right now, and then she was having difficulties going from, sure, she engaged him now and she was getting it, but then she was like going like from like a little bit of rapport, and then like was like, here, join the workshop, or want to sign up or hop on a call. Let's do it right now. And they were like, what the fuck are you doing? You were just talking about how we're all, and all of a sudden now you know, hey, yeah, we're both fucking in the restaurant business. Hey, want a phone call? I'm going to call you. They're like, dude, I'm back at the fucking shoe store or the electronic stores again, asking me, hey, can I help you with something? I knew it. Triggers in their mind. They're like, I knew it. There was a reason that she was fucking doing this shit. Let's discount everything she says, and then we just won't respond anymore. We'll just disappear, right? But if you have rapport, like I was telling you about, and you put little nuggets in with the rapport where you're kind of guiding them to the point where it's just literally they trust you so much, it's almost impossible for them to say no because the value's there. And if they do say no, you know, if they're like, you're like, yeah, no, I don't want to do it, no, or I got this, that, and the other thing, say, listen, I promise when we get on this phone call, this has nothing to do with selling you anything, and I promise I won't come through the phone and bite you either. We live in a dawn and age where social media and computers and all this kind of stuff like that is just, there's no personal connection with it. And there's one thing that I've learned that's super important, is to be able to actually make people understand that I'm just not I'm a human being just like you. You know, I bleed, I went to work, I struggled building a business, I had all these thoughts just like you. So if you stay with me for this and you just hop on a quick 5 or 10 minute call, I normally don't do this. I got a little bit of time right now. I could really show you something that's possible. Would you be willing to do that? You see how that's less aggressive and it's more about them and not so much about me getting you on the phone call. You guys get that? So Ashley, go ahead, give some of your experiences from using some of these tactics.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so for sure that was a huge one because I really didn't understand what I was doing wrong. The conversations always went great, you know, for the most part, like almost every single one when I could get them talking, you know, really building rapport and like, you know, finding things to relate to and like joking around about our kids and like, you know, our jobs, our husbands, our lives, whatever. We'd have like this great conversation. What I was missing was totally how to bridge the gap. And so like the way I was thinking, basically, if I have this rapport with them, you know, like I guess I just thought maybe that once you have the rapport, they'll get on the phone with you. So I was kind of like, I guess maybe trying to go right from one to the other, and I had no bridge. Like it was not smooth at all. It was like
that's like going out for a date with a guy, and they have such a great conversation, and then you guys go to kiss goodnight, and he puts his hand down your pants. You're like, what the fuck was that? You're going for the close way too early. Calm down. Do you know what I mean? Right away, that's a turn off. You'd never call them again, right? You went from you're my friend to all of a sudden you're copping a feel on me. Like, what the frick is going on here, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Does that make sense? That's what, and I do it as drastic as that because that's exactly what it's like to them mentally.
Yeah.
You've literally gone from being my friend to like fucking going down and trying to cop a feel on me. Right?
And like, I couldn't figure it out for the longest time, you know? Like, I really, until we started talking about it, and then it made so much sense, and it seemed like such an obvious thing. Like once I heard it out loud, and once I heard him saying it to me, and I went back on a lot of my other, like a lot of the messages, and I was kind of like going through where the conversation switched and where they fell off and where I didn't hear from them anymore, where they said no to the phone call. And it was so obvious to me afterwards, but not at the time. You know? And so like, really, like it is the easiest piece to bridge that gap. If you just, you know, you use something, you know, like along the lines of one that's been working really well for me is I just tell them I'm old school, you know, I'm like, call me old school, but I really love chatting on the phone with people. I feel like I can get a better understanding of who they are as a person. And I know from my experience that when I talk to people on the phone, what they really want to know is if I'm a real person and how much value I can bring to them, you know. And this is not a sales call. It has nothing to do with sales. I promise we won't get on the phone to sell you something. I just want to get to know you and, you know, see if we're a good fit for each other. And it, like, just even that little piece about making it, you know, something as simple as, hey, call me old school, but I like to have a phone call, you know, something simple like that is just, you know, like it's reassuring for them that you're not going to get on the phone. You're not going to try and sell them. So yeah, that tiny little piece has made a world of difference. And that thing that you were talking about, I'm not going to bite. What are you afraid I'm going to bite? I was so hesitant to try this because it was like, that's not my style. That's not how I talk. This is ridiculous. Nobody's going to take me seriously. Like I was so not against it. I just was hesitant to try it. It took me a while from when he first recommended it. But honestly, it was like, I tested it with, I don't even remember exactly how many people, like 15 people or something like that. Or no, I think it was 10. And 9 out of the 10 got back to me. Which was not like, that was not my success rate before at all, like not at all. And I even, you know, people do joke around, they laugh about it. I even have one lady that said, sorry, I got busy, blah, blah, blah. And then she said, oh, and don't worry, I'm not afraid of people that bite. People that bite don't scare me. And like, you know, and that opens up a whole other conversation because I'm like, yeah, I'm like a woman with a strong sense of humor. I love it. You and I are going to get along, you know, and then boom. There's like, you're open. It's open. Now you're like friends, you know, you can talk to each other like friends.
Yeah. And laughing is a big thing. Like when you break somebody out and you laugh, your defense mechanism is down. You just literally penetrated them. Laughter is a huge thing. If someone goes, ha, 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 that's so funny, you know, and then you can like continue on that level, rapport is like fucking killer at that part. You know what I mean? And especially so much so if they went silent and you got them to engage the second time, that's massive. That's a big one. You just you ripped that wall right down. Right? So yeah.
Can I just add one more thing as well too?
Yep.
Trying to get people to re-engage. A really important piece of like trying to get that information in the first place is so that you also have leverage as well too, if they go quiet. You know? And so like, I always, you know, if they go quiet on me for a while and I can't get a response back out of them, some people go quiet for like 3-4 follow-ups, you know? But if I have something from the very beginning, I can use that. I can remind them why they came to me in the first place, you know? I can remind them why they want out of that job. I can remind them, you know, why it's for their family or their sick parent or something like that. You know what I mean? You can actually use it and word it in a way that's like, you told me that you wanted more for your 3 kids and that you were, you know, you were doing double shifts and you didn't have any time to be at home. You had no time to be with your family. Is that still the case? Are you taking steps towards that? Or are you know, are you still even interested in online business? You know, I know I can help you. So
here's another one that you can use if they like kind of fall off or whatever. Like, did you die or did you win the lottery and you got this crazy ass lifestyle now? They'll be like, no, I'm not dead. Then what did you do? Did you like, are you like Ty Lopez now or something, bro? Last time I talked to you, you were like hating your job or something. So I thought maybe you already hit the fucking jackpot, right? Do you know what I mean? Are you dead? Question mark. Seriously, use that. If they go quiet, be like, did you die? They'll laugh at that, literally, I guarantee you, because no one uses that. Are you dead? Did you die?
It sounds so ridiculous, but I'm gonna try it because
you laugh. See how you laugh? Think about it. If I made you laugh with this, what do you think they're going to be like? Of course, they're gonna laugh about it. It's like, guys, you guys can learn about this too as well. Back when I was single, when I broke up with my fiance or my ex-wife at the time, and I was got into dating and I didn't know about Tinder or anything like that. I read stuff about how to engage women, and it was to be funny, you know? Oh, don't you look cute as a little bunny? Like weird shit like that. And they were spawned because it's different. They don't get like shit like, hey baby, what's up? Damn, you look so good in that. They're just like, oh my God, this guy's a creep. You know what I mean? And that's how these people feel when you're engaging them in sales. They're just like, dude, this is like me walking into the store and they're like, hi, how are you? Can I help you with something?
that's a good point.
No, you can't help me with something. Leave me the fuck alone. I'm just looking. That's what you're thinking in your head. And you know how you get that tense mark when you like walk in there and you're like, okay, hope they didn't see me. Hope no one's seen me. Hi, how are you? Oh, I'm just looking. You know what I mean? That's what it's like. Like, especially on a car lot. On a car lot, you're hoping that they don't see you. You're like, don't see me. Oh, don't. Shit, 9 o'clock. There he is. He's walking over to me. What do we do? Right? That's what it's like. It's like an automatic trigger within our body. Right? Right? You guys get that? So, Allison, you're a little bit choppy, so I don't know if we're going to be able to hear you too much. What questions do you have?
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to see if you wanted to review my script that I had for Kevin's story. Can you still hear me?
Sorry, a script that you had. So, like,
for his story ad.
For your story ad. We can take a look at this.
Really bad.
Now, was this story ad done with the training, like how Caitlin broke down how to story ads to be built and stuff like that, or was this something that you just built?
Mostly, I had a completely different one. I sent that to Jen a while ago for her thoughts, and then I saw the training on how to do it properly, so I completely redid it.
Okay.
But I'm just waiting page link right now, and then I'm going to post it.
Okay.
So, like, I haven't been able to submit it group chat for other people's engagements yet.
Okay. So there's two things.
But if you want to review it,
well, I think what we'll do is we'll talk about what a story ad should look like from point to point to point. And I think you need to like mark this down, right? A big mistake that everyone makes with a story ad. Caitlin's much better at this, so she's going to be able to help you out a lot better than I am. It's not that I can't do it. It's just it's not something that I'm super strong with. And it's not because anything other than the fact that I just choose not to put a whole lot of time in it. So I'll just tell you that. So story ads, first off, the biggest mistake that I see everyone does, they cram it together. It's like, it feels
I have lots of space.
Yeah, so it's like you make a statement, space. I did this too, guys, when I like fucking crammed this big long thing, and people look at it and they're like, oh my God, what is this? They're like, I'm not reading that, right? When it's broken all points, it's less anxious to read it, right? It's an anxious level. So breaking it up, I know creating a headline, something that draws your attention is, 5 little tips, on how I was able to build an online business. And this is a big thing. And I just started realizing this, guys. If you guys start doing like if you start doing your story ad, right? And then in between your story ad, before I started building online business, this was the first tip that I learned. And then putting a tip in there about like something that you learned. And then from that, I started doing this, that, and the other thing. And then I was able to do this, that, and then another tip and another tip. and then talking about what it is that we're doing in there. Because what I'm finding is a lot of people, and don't get me, I don't know if you guys have noticed the same thing, but every fucking story ad is exactly the same. It's like a headline, and then it talks about, I used to be this person, you know, get that feeling of relating, and now here I am building a fucking lifestyle of my dream, click on the link. People are going to become numb to it, right? That's what marketing is. Marketing is constantly growing and changing, right? So a big thing for people now, yes, you still need to have the connection, but what the fuck are you doing? What value are you creating for them? And I realize this now. It's super important. Put some value statements in it. And maybe myself and Caitlin will test out a little story ad with some cool value tips in there with the story so that people are be like, maybe, holy shit, this person actually does know what they're talking about. Right? Oh, and this was the first thing that I did here. And, or, you know, when I first started my business, commonly I felt like I was doing this and this was a big mistake. And here's a little cool tip for you on what I was able to figure out was actually there. And this was a common mistake everyone did. So write this one down. Like shit like that, big impact with those. Big impact, because now they don't feel like they're being sold about something. They don't feel like you're just telling them some big fucking sob story and now you're driving Lamborghinis. Right? You know what I mean? There's so many people doing those, like every single person. That's why I'm going to tell you right now, the biggest mistake everyone does here, and it's because you're all scared at the beginning, is you don't go out and shoot a video. Biggest mistake.
I'm trying to get Kevin to go with it, and when he gets off work, when he's really tired and crabby, like I just want him to shoot a live video of that mood that he's in coming home from work. I think that would really connect to a lot of people.
Maybe. I mean, it probably would. But if he doesn't do it, you go shoot a video.
Okay.
Ah, there we go. See? It's so much easier when we don't have to be personal and write out a story ad than to actually do what it takes to be professional.
I'm working on my ad. Yeah, so I'm working on his story ad. I'm working on my story ad. But you know, you have to have more than one ad out there because you don't know what's going to work.
Video. We just literally sat in front of him, a bunch of people at a workshop, and they were like, video. If you're not doing video, by the way, you should be doing video. They're like Facebook video, Instagram stories. Facebook video, Instagram stories. Okay, there you go. Or pictures or little quotes or whatever for Instagram. Video, Facebook. You will get way more engagement from a video than you will from a story ad. And if you do get a story ad, what I have found, and this is just my personal thing, and I've heard it from a lot of people, is when you do the sob story, you get the sob story. I'm telling you that right now. Oh, yeah, I was broke too. I got 5 kids and I don't have a job. Can you help me? And I get it, but I'm serious. That's exactly what I found. I have a story ad that I was paying like $1.45, and it had a picture of my little baby girl and all that stuff, and it got so much engagement and shares. And then I was like, I'd spent all this money, and I was like, dude, no one is buying anything, because I was sharing a spot where I was in my life, and a lot of those people that are in that spot in that life, they're going to reach out to you in the same way. Does that make sense? You end up with those people that are desperate, is what ended up happening. Like, and I could show you the story ad. It was like crazy. I got like 10 million comments, tons of shares, tons of engagement, and like 1 million opt-ins of nothing. Maybe an Ukon or two, right? Do you know what I mean? So what I would suggest to do is do that video. Do that video. I promise you, it will kill it. And you are your worst critic. You're like, oh my God, I'm going to go do a video today. And then you go to do it and you're like, oh my God, what happens if I look like an idiot? And oh my God, and this going to happen? And oh, dude, we just went to this thing, and there's this guy, his name's Preston Smiles. Super cool guy. And he's now been doing it for 10 years. And it's only been the last year that he's really taken it to the next level. And he said what he does is he does a video every single day for 6 days in a row, actually every day. And then Sunday he posts one of the videos that he came up with. Every single day video. He's like, if you want to be a professional, he's like, you should see it. So he showed us his video from like 10 years ago. Oh my God, I swear he was going to do like a porn. he's like on the beach like this, and he's like laying down on the beach by us, and he's like, "Hi, I'm Preston Smiles." I was like, "Oh my God." And seriously, ask Caitlin. And he's like, "That was me." He's like, if you want to be a pro, you need to put the time in, guys. Mark Lax put in 5,000 hours of video. 5,000 hours. He's only 27. Yeah. What does it take to be a multimillionaire? Work. And the things that you don't want to do them. Everybody here knows, absolutely everybody, what are the most successful things? Where do you get your best leads from and your best quality from? Does it come from a story ad or does it come from a video? Caitlin, video or story ad?
For me, it's been video, but I know people who have done really well with story ads, but the majority is video, yes.
Correct. So, and I know it's really annoying and it takes you out of your comfort zone because it's less invasive on judging who you are because a story is a story and they don't actually see you. But I promise you. So there's your tip today, Allison. Do up your story ad, which is fine. We can critique it, but do those fucking videos. And if he doesn't want to come home and do like a grouchy video or whatever, just go and do it yourself. Become a fucking rock star, right? I remember there was a guy on our team, and please, if you do these videos, please do it at like your best. Please. I mean, God bless this guy actually went out and did the video, but oh my God.
At least he stepped out of his comfort zone and he did it, but
yeah, oh yeah, but I just want to, my God, he got out there.
He was in his backyard and he had like junk in his backyard and he was wearing a baby blue robe with no shirt on underneath.
And the hair hanging out. And he hopped in like some bubbly bathy thing in his backyard and he's like, "Hi, I'm Chris." And I was like, dude, people are going to think you're a pedophile. They're going to be sharing this thing thinking you're like a creepy kid. Something. Seriously. So when you're going to your videos, make sure you fucking are a rock star. Don't like walk out like you're in your bathrobe and be like, "Hi, my name is so-and-so. Here I am today just hopping out of the shower at 10:30 in the morning while most of you are going to work."
Actually, remember Mark said don't even say your name because you literally have like 3 to 6 seconds to catch people's name or catch people's attention. And by the time you've said, "Hi, my name is blah, blah, blah," you've already wasted 3 seconds and they're gone kind of thing. And people don't care who you are. They care about what you can do for them.
Or you could do, "Hi, my name is Ashley St. Germain. What's up? Thanks for clicking on my video." Right? If you do something shocking like that, they're gonna be more. Or here's a perfect one. You know what, Ashley, I got the best one for you ever, and this comes from a guy that does $1 million. You need to go to where you used to work at, and you need to go have your thing with you, and you're gonna be like, hey you, does this look familiar? That was me 2 months ago. See that? And you may not have worked at the Hilton, but I gotta tell you, or whatever the hotel was, but there I was, right? And I gotta tell you, I'm now here at 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock where I'd normally have my butt in there and my twins being taken care of by other people. And instead, I'm here to share my story with you. So if you stay with me all the way to the end of this, I guarantee you're going to learn something. You get that? And when you say that, they're like, "Oh man, I better stay all the way to the end," right? Huge tidbit right there. That's from a multimillionaire. That dude literally, he was sick. He just like literally hopped off and was like, so he said that for the oil patch guys, literally to just roll out to a fucking spot. Any of you oil patch people who are watching this tonight, you need to go out there and do it. You need to go to Suncor, a Husky upgrader, I don't care where it is, and go to the place and be like, hey, this look familiar? And then go into Facebook and target that company. Put it in there as your target. These people are going to see him and go, "Hey, I worked there. Who's that dude? Hold on. Let me listen to that." What? He was working 16 hours a day at this shit? And now he's retired and he's running an online business? What the dude, bro, I'm in. What are you doing? I hate this life. Right? You see how much of an impact that is? Massively. Dude, you don't have to be like literally right beside it. You could be like out front of it where you can see the stacks of the smoke coming out of the upgraders, whatever. You don't have to roll up to the front door and be like, hey, and do like a video there, but give it the effect. You get that? Super powerful. Go to your places of business and your work and target those people. Put in those places, like employee, like you can go in the United States of America and you can target companies and who they work for as an interest. There's a Timbit right there. Here you go, Ashley. What is it? What was the name of the chain? You were Fairmont, wasn't it? Hilton, Fairmont,
Sheraton.
You literally could put Sheraton Hotel, Fairmont Hotel, and like focus on the ones that you know where there'd be money for the employees. Like don't be like Super 8.
Yeah. Well, and yeah, you could do like, because Marriott now owns like 80% of the market, right? And Marriott just bought Sheraton. So really, you could do anything in the same umbrella and it would all be relative.
Totally. You could do Marriott, Hilton. You could choose all the high-end hotels, Fairmont hotels, and look up all the friggin' good hotels out there and the good restaurants and target them. Hey, you, does this look familiar? Right? Who is this crazy broad? Oh, I quit my job 2 months ago and I didn't know how to build an online business before, and now I do. By the way, I just checked out this workshop, and that's in a nutshell what you're doing. You want to learn? Or just type down and I'll tell you exactly what I did. Right? I don't know. Seems pretty obvious to me. I don't know. You guys getting that? You guys getting value out of this? Would your reach be high enough? Dude, who the fuck cares how big the reach is? Test it. I mean, if your reach is super small, but all these people see like this big, huge refinery that they work at, dude, they're going to be watch it. Literally, I promise you that.
Yeah, because even if the reach is lower, it's still totally relative.
Relative, right? Exactly.
Yeah.
Relative. People making 5 or 6 figures a year that hate working 16 hours a job. And here's the thing. Hey, this was me 3 months ago. Now here I am, where I would normally be in that camp for 28 days straight at 12 to 16 hours a day. And yeah, it was great. I made really good money. But you know what? My mom or my wife and my kids, they suffered just because I wasn't there. At what point does it not start to understand? I mean, I was on the bridge of like a relationship. I didn't even have a relationship. I'm surprised she wasn't sleeping with the janitor. You know what I mean? You get that? Like, you get the pain points in there, right? And then these people are just going to be like butter. Like, literally, they're going to be like, oh my God, that's exactly what it was like, right? So it's rapport, relationship, and them really identifying with you. Dude, do work clothes. You know what would be really cool? Go out there with your wife, Nick, and go to wherever it is in your work clothes and be like, hey, you, and talk to me like, hey, hold on a second. Back a few months ago, it's 4 o'clock right now. I'd be going on break right now. Hold on. Hey, honey, can you hold this for a sec? And then all of a sudden rip off your clothes and boom, this is where I am now, baby. This is 7 months or 9 months. I'm surprised I haven't burned that. So today is going to be my final day that I'll ever put those on ever again. So I just thought I'd share with you. If this is something that you'd be interested in, or something that you're just tired of working and not getting what you want out of life, just comment below and I'm going to show you how you can burn your coveralls too. Type in the chat, burn your coveralls. You guys getting that? And use, when you're in it, be energy. Don't be like, hi, my name's Jeff Hughes. Yeah, 5 months ago, I was able to do it. Dude, people know a bullshit meter when they see it. Just because you think you're doing it, your face is telling another story. And Travis said this. And we talked about this. You may sound like, oh yeah, I'm really confident. Dude, are you sure you're not on antidepressants? Right? Because what you're saying and what you're showing, they don't and here's the thing, guys. You're like, people won't even know it, but they can literally pick up the bullshit meter. You're able to identify through the energy and the motions and what you're saying. So 7% is what you say, 35% is tone, and 58% is body language. So imagine when you're like talking and your emotions are in there, they're like, man, I am sold on this shit. This dude, everything's aligned with what he's saying. I will when I go pick it up inside the shop before they kick me out. There you go, Nick. Burn my coveralls. Brackets. Type it in the chat roll. I'll show you how to burn your coveralls and build an online business to spend more time with your family. Fuck. You know, it'd be funny. You know, it would be really funny is if someone was able to go, like, was a mechanic or something like that and had a picture of their hands or like, hey, you see these? This was me a year and a half ago. My hand fingers are all cracked, you know, that Joe Goop stuff that you have to do to get all the oil off your hands and all that stuff, right? Now my hands are soft as a baby's ass. You know what I mean? I didn't even use any Dove either. Check this out. This is the biggest thing ever to not get a callus. I promise you. And have that creepy, oily, cracky finger licking gross hands, right? You want to learn how I can do that? Look at Jordan. Jordan's like, yeah, I remember those shitty, really. Yeah, there you go. He doesn't have them anymore. So you guys get it? Impact them. Be fucking different. Let's be fucking different than all these people with these ridiculous ads and stolen. Now I'm like driving Lambos and I'm doing this now. Like, be funny. Do something different. Hey, you mechanics. Want to see a mechanic who now has got girly hands? You know what I mean? Whatever. Shock them. You know? How I went from greasy hands to having hands as soft as a baby's ass. You'll never guess how I did it. Dude's going to be like, what the fuck? What is that? And then start listening to this video, dude. You guys get it? Does that make sense to everybody? If there's one tip that I can give you guys, if you want to be successful, penciling you. Exactly. Dude, do a video from the car lot and poke them. I guarantee you, when you poke the tiger, you'll awaken them. I promise you that. And you're talking in their lingo as well, right? So Preston Smiles, guy's millionaire. He doesn't even really leverage it. The guy actually has never paid for ads ever, by the way. All of his money that he's made is on traffic, on value. His whole thing is value, 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 value. He's like, I have people that will do whatever I say. If I said I have a poop retreat to go to, they'll be like, where do I sign up for the poop retreat? Because they know whatever he's going to bring to them is going to be full of so much value, it doesn't matter. Why? Because they've already gone to a bunch of things. And they've already seen all the value, so they're going to come to it. You know what I mean? He said that. So he said, do a video a day, every single day, forever, and post one on Sunday. And he's like, do 3 takes. You do your first one, your second one, and your third one. You do 3 takes only of your video. So by the time it's said and done, you'll have done 21 videos, and you'll choose, or 21 takes, 21 takes, and then you'll put one up. And I guarantee you do that for 30 days, 45 days, 60 days, you'll be a pro. Your story will be, you'll be able to laugh, throw in some funny shit in there, all that stuff. He suggests not to use a script. What he suggests to do is just to bring up key points on what you want to touch on. So maybe there's a teleprompt there that could just, like, the key points just stay. So you make sure you touch on each one of the key points of what you want to do. Dude, yes. Man, you got it. You'd be like, hey, you, Sam. Hey, you. This look familiar? 14, 16 hours a day, and you don't even know if you're going to make a commission check. But you got to stay here because you got a family to feed. And that up is coming, and it's your turn. And then when you make it, you're hoping that you don't get this pencil. Right? Boom, you're going to try it. Those people are going to be like, what? I know that. Yeah, I remember that shit. My name's Sam. I'm one of the top guys in the car industry. I make over $100,000 a year, or I make really good money working at this car dealership, but it was never enough. When I started dividing out how many hours I spent here for what I was making, I learned that literally there's only one thing in life, and that's time, and it's the most precious thing in the world. I realized there had to be something better than this. Guys, true fact for you. Less than 1% of the world work online. There's more millionaires and billionaires made on there every single day than anywhere else. Why couldn't I do it? I met this guy that was a 9th grade dropout that was able to build a successful online business and teaching other people how to do it as well. Man, if he could do it, I got to be able to do it too. So yeah, you're probably skeptical seeing this guy. You see this older middle-aged guy here talking about building an online business. You're probably thinking you're scrolling through and people are, scam, all that kind of stuff like that. But you got nothing to lose. What I can tell you is it changed my life because I was in the exact same spot as you were. I literally felt the same way you did. But when I thought about all the penciling, when I thought about all those hours, when I thought about how much I actually was making versus how many hours I was spending, I knew that this free web class, there had to be something there. And it didn't cost me anything. So I checked it out. And here I am today, and I can tell you what a funnel is. I can tell you what an autoresponder is. I can tell you how to convert. I can show you all that stuff. And I can tell you before, the only thing I knew how to do was how to desk a deal. Click on the link above or below and say, I don't want to sell cars anymore, or say, I don't want to sell cars anymore in the link. Boom, there's a video for you. I guarantee you get those to the car dealership, type in Ford, type in all those places. My God, people will blow you up. And you got to do it with like energy like that and passion. Yeah, salesman's commission fucking power. Sam, you should be crushing it with, you've got all the energy in the world. And if you've got all those leads coming in and you're barely getting to them, you need to start getting to them. And you need to start making an impact with those videos because you literally will kill it. There's a lot of commission salesmen. There's some really good ones out there that all they know is to work 15 to 16 hours a day to make that up because you're up. You're up. I remember it. I remember those days, guys. I was a car salesman. You were literally hoping that someone missed that up and the boss told you it was your turn because that's how you made your money. If you didn't talk to anybody, you made shit. Minimum wage. You're not getting to them. Exactly. You're not speaking to them. Speak in their fucking language. You show that to a car salesman what you're doing, they're going to be like, is he speaking in Greek? I don't know. Scroll. Dude, who is that guy? Right? Make the headline. All about salespeople. Are you tired of being penciled? Follow my video all the way through and I'll show you how never to get penciled again. All right. Anybody else have any questions? Was I able to light any fire in people's asses on what to do? Fire! Energy. You guys feel that energy? You guys get that? I feel that energy even myself when I put myself in that position, right? You're in state. As soon as you get in state, man, you can do it anything. I could literally go and shoot a video right now, first take, and crush it. Why? Because I got myself in state. My energy was there. Use this shit. Talk to the people. Be different. Talk to them like they're a human. Fuck around with them. And there's going to be trial and tribulation. Stop worrying about that you're going to fuck one up. Who cares? You may fuck that one up, but you'll be like, oh, I won't do that again. Lesson learned. What do you mean, don't bite? My husband bites me all the time. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you want me to bite you too? I can bite you too if you want. You can always flip it around on them. So anyways, there's 5 left that I need to get on the VIP done, and then I'm going to open up general admission. So if you guys are not out there, if you are not doing this fucking VIP, and if you think, oh, I haven't made this money or haven't done this, this is how you're going to do it. Do you think Mark Lack made me a whole bunch of money before I gave him $25,000? He didn't write me a check and be like, here, dude. No. But when you're like driving around in first class, when it's that guy that's broke to spend $500 on a fucking dinner, right? It's because when you're around those people, everything in your life fucking changes. Period. So having said all that, I challenge you guys each to go out there and do fucking 7 videos and post it every Sunday. And when you get home from work and you're really fucking tired and you don't want to do it and you really hate it, do it. Because otherwise, you're going to be in the exact same state, exactly where you were yesterday, and then you're going to be like, well, why am I not making it? Why am I not doing this? Probably because you fucking rolled out in a fucking robe and you sat in a fucking weird tub and you look like a pedophile in a video. I don't know. You know what I mean? You get that? Look like a rock star. Look like you're fucking confident. Don't look like you're going to commit suicide, and it's going to look ridiculous. Your first time, your second time, your third, your 45th. Maybe you got to drink 2 glasses of wine and loosen up a little bit. That's what I had to do. I wouldn't shoot a video until I had buzz. That's it. Do what you got to do. Start playing at the level. Be the Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan, I remember it, and I still remember it to this day, the day that he had the flu, and he was fucking puking in the NBA Finals. And he literally, I don't know about you guys, man, but when I have the flu, I don't know how I could be playing at an elite level. Well, that guy's got some other fucking gear that I don't know about, and he sat there and was puking and sick in the flu, and he still scored like 40 points in the game because his will to win the NBA championship far exceeded the fact that his current condition was being sick. And he still was the best on the floor. That's when you know when you're an all-star. When you do the things that you don't want to do, you will be that person. So it's easy. It's that simple. Look ridiculous a whole bunch of times, and then next thing you know, it'll just come out of your mouth and you'll be so full of confidence. All right, guys. I'm going to go have myself a glass of wine now. Peace.